Hello, good people. Look, I gotta be honest. I used to hate vegetable soup. It was always watery and bland and just sad. But this one changed my mind, so stick around. I'm hoping it'll change yours too. We're starting off with two clean, large carrots there. I am going to use a parer to take off that skin, but you can just scrub yours to not have to do that. I'm making this soup a little on the hearty side, so as you can see, my carrots are being diced very large. You can make your soup dainty. I'm also using two large celery. You can use between two or three. I'm also dicing that up really large. You know it's cold outside, so I'm making my soup hearty. But you can cut it whatever size you like. We got three gold potatoes here, but we got more veggies coming soon. So what they say, this is where the fun begins. Go ahead and heat up a large pot, just a little bit of olive oil. Take that large onion, your celery and your carrots, and you're going to saute that until it's a little bit salt. Soft. Of course, you're going to just add just a little bit of salt over top. I think I used a teaspoon of salt as I was sauteing it. Yep, there goes that salt there. I like to always layer my salt while I'm cooking. This is from start to finish. Now, as you can see with our beginning vegetables, this is the start of the base. This is something that you'll see in a lot of different recipes, this combination of vegetables that is. So now I'm going to add some herbs here. I'm using 2 teaspoons of the Italian seasoning. I'm partial to McCormick, but you can use any Italian seasoning that you have. So now that I got the house smelling good, I'm going to make it smell even better with 4 cloves of minced garlic. I'm going to saute that just for a few minutes. And next, I'm going to add my secret ingredient. It is tomato paste. I'm going to saute 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Sauteing it helps just to get a better flavor from it. Now, this is optional if you don't want a tomato forward soup, but I'm telling you, do not skip it. And what's coming next to add a little bit more flavor is the broth or the stock. We have veggie broth. We also have chicken broth. And of course, you can always add a little beef stock. I'm just doing 2 types of stock or broth. I'm going to use 4 cups of chicken broth. And I'm also going to add 2 cups of vegetable broth. And you can make it completely vegan using all veggie stock. Or if you want to add a little beef to your soup, you can add some beef stock. So now I'm adding just a little bit of smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and red pepper flakes. We also got 2 cans of fire roasted diced tomatoes. It doesn't have to be fire roasted. And if you're making a daintier soup, you can also just use crushed tomatoes. All right, now we're going to make it more herbaceous by adding 2 bay leaves. Go ahead and add those in, and we're going to start adding those veggies. I had purchased some fresh green beans to use. Didn't want them to go bad, so I put them in the freezer. I'm using 1 cup of them. I'm also adding the potatoes. You want to use the veggies that take the longest to cook first. So if you decide to use other veggies as well, remember that. Of course, I'm going to use my black pepper there. I'm going to put it into my taste. You do the same. We're going to put a lid on it, turn up that heat to start a boil, then we'll bring it down to simmer. Oh, good people, I forgot to add. You can add additional stock if you want a more brothy soup. I started with 6 cups, but you can take it all the way up to 8 or more if you desire. And you're going to cook it until your potato is almost done, but not quite. You don't want it to break apart. I still got a few more veggies to add. I'm going to add at last my frozen corn and frozen peas, about 1 cup each. We're going to add them towards the end of the cooking time there. And now we're going to brighten up this soup just a little. I'm going to use a little bit of apple cider vinegar and a little bit of lemon. You can see here that's the apple cider vinegar. It's 1 teaspoon. And I'm also going to use a teaspoon of lemon juice as well. If you don't have to use both, you can use one or the other. Let me just tell you, by this time, I am loving the smell of this soup. And I'm going to add one more vegetable. Now, this one is definitely optional. And that's going to be a zucchini. Because I love zucchini, but I don't like it mushy. So this is definitely going in at the end. And as with any dish we're cooking, we want to taste it, especially if it's got some broth. I think I added another teaspoon of salt, and now I'm going to throw in some parsley there and my zucchini. I'm using only 2 heaping tablespoons of parsley, but you can up it up to about 1/4 cup. And I'm just going to cook my zucchini until it's almost done. I like a little bit of bite in my zucchini. If you're going to add anything else like kale or spinach, you might want to add them also towards the end of your cooking. Even with the spinach, you can also just add it into a hot bowl of soup. And now the soup is almost done. Of course, I'm taking out that bay leaves. I can only find one. I searched for the other one, but I couldn't find it. I didn't find it until I actually ate a bowl of soup. That's when I found it. But be very careful about that. You don't want to cut your mouths all up. This soup was so good. I will tell you that it got rave reviews at home. So it was just simply wonderful. Remember, it's so versatile. If you want to make it even a little bit more heartier, if you got some pre-cooked beef, go ahead and add it in. You can change the stock to go with it as well. I appreciate you watching this video. And if you would like to watch another video that complements this one, you might want a little crusty bread on the side of this, right? Go ahead and watch this video right here.